Hello and welcome back to the GorillaBiker, and there's been a lot of questions about this old bike recently, and you know, people asking why I haven't been working on it, and the reality is unfortunate, and that's that it's not really worth saving financially. There's too many issues that could be one thing or another, you know, even following the recommended troubleshooting methods in, you know, the service manual. I reached out to Valkyrie experts. No one can really figure out what's wrong with this bike and why it won't spark. So it's done. I'm giving up on it. And that is sad because I have been excited about this bike for a long time, actually since originally Alex reached out to me about it. But it is the end of this bike's restoration on this channel. And unfortunately there's no more to say about that. So what's next for that Valkyrie, I hear you ask? Well, it's not actually the end of its life. It will act as a donor of sorts for this, another Honda Valkyrie. Why did I decide to do this? Well, just as a really quick explainer before we get into getting this started, because the title is not a lie. A bike that has sat for 10 years is going to run today. I have every confidence in that. But I found this on Facebook Marketplace and I bought it from a fellow mechanical engineer. His name is Michael as well, which, you know, it's like preordained or something. This bike was running when it was put away, and I've already checked and it has spark. Its carbs were put away with fuel in them, so those are done. However, as you might already know, I already have a rebuilt set over there, so we're just going to put them on. The tank is questionable, looks clean on the top end, but we don't need it to run because I have a remote tank I use for carb balancing. And we're going to get this running. And when this is running, I'm going to do road trips on it because I am really excited about this thing. It is very clean, very complete, and who knows, maybe I'll even be able to figure out with a second donor bike what's actually wrong with that one and have two running Valkyries, and then maybe one of you can buy one. But that was the most sensible thing to do, honestly, is all the parts that I needed for that one, including like cleaning out the tank, maybe painting it because of the flames and stuff. It would have amounted to more than what I paid for this, and I paid $1,500. So that's kind of, you can get non-running Valkyries for anywhere from $1,200 to, you know, $1,800. I've seen a couple going for that I've missed, but this one is in super good condition. It's probably a good thing I missed the other ones because Michael really looked after this one. You know, maybe it's just a mechanical engineer thing. At the moment, not much wrong with it, but we're going to put that camera away, and we're going to probably turn on a time lapse over there. And then I'm just going to start tearing it down to get the new carbs on. You've already seen all of that, so I don't want to go through it again. I might stop and point out things as we go. But for right now, we're just going to get into it. And hopefully, by the end of this video, have a Valkyrie that runs, at least partially. And then it's just a case of putting on all the new parts that I already had for that one on this one. I've already rebuilt brake calipers. I have stuff to rebuild forks, so I'm going to redo them. Rear shocks we can test, but I'll probably eventually buy new shocks if this thing is actually comfortable and I like it. And yeah, I'm excited. So let's see, does it run? Okay, a quick update. We have the carbs out, which was more difficult than on the other bike because that plastic cover was installed. So I will have to figure out how that's actually supposed to come out and go in, because I just ended up getting a little bit annoyed and bullying it out of there. Before I fully tidy up this bike, I might eventually, I might change the thermostat because that's also looking a little bit, the bolts are looking a little bit corroded. I know one of those acts as a ground, so yeah, I might see about trying to get those out while it's still possible. One other thing that has been done on this is the pair system has been removed and blanked. He did mention he thinks there's one of these not working properly, so when we have a runner, we might need to pull this bike, you know, apart a few times, which is absolutely fine. That does not bother me in the slightest. All this ooze is coming from, unsurprisingly, the exact same place my one leaked from. You can actually see it here. So even if I really, really wanted to use these carbs, I have a rebuilt set over there. So I'm going to put those on now, and then we'll see. But yeah, to get here isn't that difficult. It's just tank off, airbox out. You know, and then work your way in. I'm gonna have to clean this though because it's pretty nasty. So I'm gonna pull the plugs now. which I've done in a previous video, but I'm going to pull the plugs. I have new ones of those too, and I'm going to see, hopefully there's not like a real strong fuel smell from the cylinders. Hopefully there's not been fuel sitting in the cylinders. Now I did check the oil already. The oil, which is over here on the Valkyrie, the oil does not smell like fuel, and it doesn't seem full of fuel either, so I think we're actually hopefully okay. I mean, it smells a little fuely, but it looks like oil, it feels like oil, so it might be okay for a quick first start, and then we can always change the oil. But yeah, we're making progress in trying to get this thing started. Now I'm just gonna pop in the new, really rebuilt carbs, and actually pretty much rig it up to test it. Okay, so I have not even tried to bump this thing over yet. So how we're sitting is the other carbs are in. I have pulled all the spark plugs, and all we're going to try doing now is just bump it over on the starter to see is there a load of crap just stored up, you know, in the cylinders, because I did find obviously there was fuel leaking in at some point, so this left hand side was pretty nasty. But once we try that, and if it looks good, I'm going to try start it. You probably can't see it, but I have temporary fuel hooked up, and we're just going to see does it actually catch at all. Now these carbs have not been synced at all, so it probably won't, but it's worth a try. So let's see does it actually turn over first. All right, we have lights and power. Turns over. So now I'm going to get some spark plugs in there. I also didn't see any crazy ejection of fuel, which is a good sign. Maybe our cylinders were not full of absolute crap. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is just turn on the fuel and check for leaks. Ooh. The only leak seems to be from my connection. Oops. Okay, I'm gonna have to let that dry off for a while before we try to start. I'll be back. Okay, I'm gonna stabilize the leaks. Let's see what happens. Well, it runs. I think there's probably stuff in the exhaust. I don't think that's actually from the engine. There's smoking from down there too, so I'll have to check that one. Yeah, look, definitely just a lot of crap in the exhaust, so that's okay. But I mean, this thing sounds like it runs very happily. Very, very happily. Let me give it a rev. That is the first time in 10 years this bike has ran. You wouldn't even know. You would not even know. So I'm not sure what it's burning off here, but it's pretty toxic. So I'm going to turn this off for a minute. So it runs, which honestly is as exciting and surprising for me as it is for you. I just tried it again there a second ago once I checked some fluids, and I mean, it starts right up. Does that mean I am the best bench balancer for carbs known to man? I don't think so, but yeah, it worked. First time in 10 years, and it just started like that. That was the first time I cranked this was the first time you heard it crank. Like, I just cranked it and it went. Now, that is 6 new spark plugs in it, like brand new rebuilt carbs, rebuilt by me. You would have seen them on the channel if you wanted to. Other than that, these carbs do have to come back out. There's a couple of things I want to do, mainly cleaning. We're going to do coolant change. We're going to do the brakes because I have like freshly rebuilt brakes, so they're going to go on. I have brake lines there, that's going to go on. I'm probably going to rebuild the forks while I'm here, just because. And also I'm going to price up some rear shocks, but and it needs tires, obviously. I want to see, are the other tires better? Or I might just put 2 new tires on it entirely, because these ones are toast anyway that are on it. But I don't know what age the ones that came on the other bike are. So, yeah, first time in 10 years, I started right up. And it turns out I'm not completely useless. I rebuilt those carbs and no leaks, and they ran great. So there's obviously a lot of tidying up to do. This is by no means ready, you know what I mean? But I just wanted to get a little win, and that turns out to be a pretty big win because it runs. This bike, by the way, is exceptionally clean. Like, it came with a screen, which obviously if I was to buy one is a considerable investment. It came with air deflectors for down here, which is a considerable investment. I already had the new battery. I've already rebuilt the brakes. I already have all the stuff for the forks. So I don't need to actually spend a huge amount on this. The biggest challenge is probably the fuel tank, because the fuel tank, it's not rusty, it just has a lot of like old solidified fuel in it, just at the very, very bottom. It wasn't full by any means. So I have some 70% isopropyl alcohol. I'm going to throw some of that in and see does it melt it out enough, because I'd really rather not do a big like tank treatment if I don't have to. But if I have to, that's okay. This bike is worth it. It's in exceptional shape. A couple of things that are not good. The clutch master cylinder, it's disgusting, but some of you might remember I had already rebuilt the one from the other bike, so I'm just going to throw that on. Same with the brake master cylinder. I'm going to do the brakes. The brakes actually work, but I'm going to just put all the new stuff on it anyway, since I already have it. Yeah, coolant, like I said, and then just clean it up. Tires and clean it up. I will also do the rear brake because I haven't done that on the other bike yet, so there'll be a video on rebuilding that. And I'll probably do the timing belts as well, just while we're here, because then I have like a pretty much brand new bike. So, yeah, I'm very excited. If you're very excited, please do let me know in the comments below. And if you've liked this video, if you're happy to see the Valkyrie back, then please like it, because YouTube does not like me, but it does like likes. So if you like the video, then I might show more people the video, and then maybe I can eventually quit my job and just fix bikes all the time, like brick house builds, because that's what I aspire to be. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please do let me know. We'll give this one more start in a second. But if you're excited to see the Valkyrie out on the road, also let me know. I'm hoping I can do it within a month. That's my plan. I like, there's a lot of work, but I think I can do it. I just have to actually dedicate most of my evenings to it, which is fine. So that's the plan. I want to get this on the road. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to try to do that. So yeah. Exciting times. Let's start it up again. This is how quickly this thing starts up. That's it. That's also no choke at all. I haven't even hooked back up the choke yet, so it's today is a good day. You don't always get good days every day, but today is definitely a good day. So yeah, I have a lot of work to do, so I'm gonna get back to doing it. If you watched, thank you very much for watching. As always, a very special thank you to all of my patrons. They knew that this bike was here, ready to go. And I appreciate you all being excited about it. A lot of people are excited about this, so yeah, I'm pretty excited myself. But yeah, if you have any questions, if you have any comments, concerns, etc. on what I'm doing, let me know in the comments. Or if you just want to say hello, leave a comment. I appreciate them. And yeah, that's it. Until next time, thanks again. Adios. Outro crew. I also got a Mustang seat with this. the previous owner, Michael, really loved this bike, really looked after it, really used it. So this thing has like all of the extras. I bought basically a used Rolls Royce, and I'm excited. I'm going to leave this hooked up. I have the flow of fuel turned off. I just want to test, are there any leaks? Because that's the last thing I want to do is, you know, kind of settle with these carbs being on there and then get a leak. So yeah, we'll see. It did sound like there was a sticky piston ring when it started up, but that seems to immediately have cleared itself. So I think we're good. I think we're good. Could have also been oil pressure. Obviously, it hadn't ran in so long. So yeah, it's going to get an oil change obviously as well, and it'll be good to go. What's the first thing you would do if this was your bike? What is the first thing you'd do once it was up and running happily? What would you do? Where would you go? Let me know. Bye, Truck Crew.